Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Torchwood. Last time on Torchwood, we had Children of Earth Day 3, where we went through a bunch of stuff. We basically got the formal meeting between the humans and the 456, and luckily Torchwood did get a man inside, or woman inside, being Lois. And yeah, we got the conversation between Frobisher and the 456. And we learned that Jack was actually the man that gave away all the children to the 456 originally, and he did it as a gift. And now the 456 want more children, specifically 10% of all children on Earth. So yeah, that's definitely interesting, and we'll see where it goes from here in these last two episodes. So yeah, this is where I say no spoilers in the comment section whatsoever. Let's stick to this episode and previous episodes of Torchwood, Doctor Who Classic, and the Sarah Jane Adventures that I've reacted to. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of Torchwood. Here we go.
1965, I gave them 12 children.
Oh boy. Children of Earth. Day 4. Here we go. Oh, we're going back to Scotland.
Well, this time we're being offered a cure. They'll send the antivirus in exchange.
Oh.
How many children do they want?
12. It's like the sacrifice.
So they're giving a cure.
12 virgins.
You are in every nightmare I've ever had.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Oh, he just got those clothes.
This is normal. Okay, this is what he does.
This is what he does. Don't worry about it.
I can only assume that you're holding me here as insurance against my father. But let me warn you, if you've angered him, then God help you.
This from the woman who spent her life running away from him.
For a reason.
I think I did that.
Yeah.
A man who can't die has got nothing to fear. So you watch it, and you keep watching.
Yeah.
In there. With your camera.
You need a suit to air.
I'm getting 3 heartbeats.
It's got 3 hands.
No, there's 3 distinct forms of life in there.
Does that include him?
Get closer.
So there's 3 people in there. Is it the 4, the 5, and the 6? Oh!
Is that a child? Where'd you get him from?
Oh!
It's one of the kids from 1965.
Jesus Christ!
You have 1 day to select and deliver your 10%.
A day?
And if we refuse, we will wipe out your entire species.
Okay. That's an ultimatum.
And just so you know, I have a daughter called Alice and a grandson called Stephen, and Frobisher took them hostage yesterday.
Yeah. Add that to the list of things. I mean, again, it's not out of Jack's character for him to do that. Because he would have done that. He did that in Small Worlds, basically.
Failed asylum seekers. Orphans in 65. Asylum seekers today.
Refugees.
And no one would miss them.
No one would miss them.
We need
That's
more.
the point.
Can you bump the numbers up to 60?
Make them an offer of 60 units and no more.
Alright, you gotta go haggle, John. I don't like that this is episode 4 of 5. I'm just nervous about everything.
6, 7, 0, 0. That's our final offer. It's more than generous. I'll give you some time to think about it.
Damn. He's holding his ground. He's a good and not good man.
2, 3, 2, 5, 0, 0, 0.
That's the number he wants. 3, 5, 2, 0, 0, 0. That's a lot more.
3, 2, 5, 0, 0.
Oh my god, they're doing it again. Misha,
Oh, because that's the number. So they're communicating through the children the number they want.
Children in different countries are saying different numbers.
Oh, they're saying different numbers.
The children of America are saying 2, 3, 4.
Oh. It's the number per country, okay.
A reduction in the population could possibly, just possibly, if presented in the right way, be seen as good.
Damn.
So,
That's a hard spin, man. I don't know if people would go for that.
You just need to decide what criteria you'd use for selection.
which is out of my hands. Over to you, sir.
They're really playing the deflection game.
Anyone?
Could we limit it to 1 loss per family? Every second-born child?
That would take more time.
Oh, don't do that. I'm a second-born child.
So,
I know I'm old, but still. Ow! Back then I wouldn't have been, when this aired.
Set against that, you've got the failing schools, full of the less able, the less socially useful.
Damn.
Those destined to spend a lifetime on benefits, occupying places on the dole queue and, frankly, the prisons. God knows we've tried and we've failed. And now the time has come to choose.
Damn, this lady brings up a lot of points. Good and bad, and that sucks, man.
We've got enough evidence recorded here to destroy every person in that room.
Yeah.
We can use it to force our way into Tem's house. Finally get face to face with this thing.
And get your family released.
Alright, so they're gonna undo this.
Greetings, Jack.
So the suggestion is we announce that the children will be given some kind of inoculation. A jab to stop them speaking in unison. We play the part of naive dupes rather than willing accomplices.
Damn.
We're not willing. No one in this room is a willing accomplice.
I feel so bad for Frobisher. He has to go through all this because they keep deflecting to him.
And I'm not just speaking on my own behalf.
Just what we need, a revolutionary.
If you like, sir, then that's what I am.
Oh yeah, you and whose army?
Torchwood.
Yeah. Guess who's coming, bitch?
And everything that's been said around this table, every single word,
Yeah.
spoken by every single one of you, will be made public.
Yeah.
Unless you do exactly what Torchwood says.
Damn. Just got the smackdown by Torchwood. I love it.
As Torchwood's been destroyed.
I'm afraid not, sir.
Yeah.
Right now, Captain Jack Harkness, head of the Torchwood Institute, is in the reception of the MI5 building. So you're going to stand aside and let him do his job and deal with the 456 immediately.
It is his job.
And he's ready to press send and tell the whole world exactly what's been going on, unless you do exactly as we say.
Damn. I fucking love
Take a
Torchwood.
Maybe you learn something about the people you've been working for.
It's so brilliant.
Come on, Clem.
I'm here to explain why this time you're not getting what you want.
you yielded in the past.
And don't I know it?
Yeah.
You're not getting one solitary single child. The deal is off.
I like the philosophy.
I gathered.
You yielded in the past. You will do so again.
In the past, the numbers were so
Or-
small they could be kept secret, but this time, that is not
Is what
gonna
he's
happen.
saying, basically.
And the fight begins.
Oh, shit. Okay, time for war. Where's the doctor?
We're waiting for your reply.
Action has been taken.
Oh crap, they're shutting down Thames.
It will kill everyone in the building.
Oh
Can
shit.
they override it?
I don't know.
The building's designed to withstand chemical and biological attack.
Yeah.
Nothing or no one can get in or out.
Happy now?
Oh, go fuck yourself. Is it taking over the children? Or him?
Too late. I breathe the air.
Oh,
There's gotta
crap.
be something. There's gotta be an antidote.
You said you would.
No, don't tell me we're losing Yanto.
No.
Aw, come on, don't do this, man. We can't keep losing people. Oh, what is happening? Shit, I think he's dead. Okay, looks like he survived. That's something, I guess.
I love you. Don't.
Come on. Something, anything.
Yanto, stay with me. Yanto, stay with me, please.
Oh.
Stay with me, please.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Don't forget me.
Never could.
Oh my gosh. Oh, come on.
Yanto. Don't go. Don't leave me, please. Please don't.
No.
Die, and tomorrow your people will deliver the children.
Oh. Fucking. Oh. Damn, that wasn't as dramatic as it normally is. And there was two.
There's nothing we can do.
Fuck. Fuckity fuck. Fuck. This show. God damn it. We went from the ultimate fuck you to fucking Yanto's death. Yanto's dead. Yanto's fucking dead. What? I did not expect when I started this show that we would be killing off most of the main cast. And it's equally sad because I know that one of the cast has to survive because Jack Harkness can't die. God, you guys told me these last two episodes are brutal, but Jesus. I really didn't think we would lose anyone this season. Mostly because we already lost Tosh and Owen last season. But there goes Yanto, and there's still another episode. Oh my god, wouldn't that be so weird if next episode we, like, lose Gwen? We lost Clem. But, like, what if we lost Gwen and Reese? Then it would just be Jack. But we lost Yanto. Oh. maybe a fool's errand that I'm actually going to record the finale right after this episode, but the good news is, so this week we have Doctor Who comes back this week, and we'll be watching the Christmas 2008 special that happens right after the finale. Hopefully that'll be like a therapy episode where I can just watch that and get happy again. Fucking 4, 5, 6. Some ballsy motherfuckers taking on Earth like this. Alright. Let's just go through the notes and then... yeah. Kind of tired too. Okay. The first thing I wrote down was a cure, or the antivirus, basically. So that's basically... because you kind of wonder, like, why did the 456 come to Earth in the first place? And we don't really know why... well, okay, we know why they came back was to get more children, but... you know, they basically... so it was some sort of antivirus. I don't exactly remember what for, but there was something, and the humans didn't have something to cure this virus. And the 456 were going to give them the information on how to create this antivirus, but they did want something in exchange, and what they got was 12 kids. 12 children. And Jack had to do it, basically. And not only that, but those children are now still alive. And one of them is in there with the 456. Oh my gosh. So, that is interesting. I mean, honestly, they just did that so that they could get the children. That's their main purpose. And now what exactly they do with the children, I would say it's sort of like, you know, some sort of Matrix kind of thing where it's like they get energy from the children or something. 'Cause why else would you keep them? So yeah. Oh my gosh, my eyes. So, it really, like, what they were giving in exchange, this information for the antivirus, that really isn't important. It's just that they wanted... what you're supposed to take away from that is that this is how they originally got the children, is they bargained, basically. And Torchwood basically obliged. And so, yeah, now they're back and they want more. Yeah, and I wrote down the 3 heartbeats and the child that's inside there. That's really fucked up. That's really fucked up that the children are still in there after 40 years. And they're still children. That's really fucked up. And I guess it could be somewhat like in Last of the Time Lords on Doctor Who, when they revealed who the Toclafane are. It's like, well, they were the people that were going to Utopia, and they were driven insane by the Master, and they were created into the Toclafane, basically. And, you know, when they opened him up, it was just a fucking head. And, you know, it was like, you know, the skies are made of diamonds. And it's like, that's what the kid said. And it's just like, why do you kill all of us? It's like, because it's fun. Haha. And they'd shoot him. It's like, ugh, fuck that. This is sort of like that, except the child isn't even insane. The child is still conscious about everything. But it's so deformed and, looks like fucking Gollum, I guess, from Lord of the Rings. Never seen Lord of the Rings, by the way. Or read the books. Just a little tidbit of information. But yeah, but I've seen the design. That it does kind of look like that. Although practical, not CG. Whatever. Not the point. The point is, it's really fucked up. And okay, so they got a reading of 3 heartbeats in there. I believe, so one of them was the guy that went in there. The second one would be the 456 itself. And then the third heartbeat would be the child. The child that was in there. So, could you say then that there are only, I guess it would be 11 456 in existence? Because Jack originally gave them 12, but Clem was the one that escaped. Clement was the one that escaped. So, yeah. So there should only be 11 of them, but 11 of them are that powerful that they could take on the entire Earth. Yeah. I wrote down the ultimatum of, you know, give us the 10%, give us 10% of all your children, or we will destroy you, basically. Which, it is somewhat, now that I think about it, that's a little counterintuitive, because if you destroy all life on Earth, you won't get the children that you need. You won't get them. You will have destroyed them. I guess they can go off to another planet and try to get children from there. But still, yeah, maybe that could have been used as a haggling chip. You know, maybe if Jack said, like, if you destroy the Earth, you won't get the children you need or something. But I don't know. I feel like they would have found a way out of that. So, yeah. I wrote down, so it is interesting that the United Kingdom initially comes up with a plan to bargain and basically say, like, okay, well, we'll give you a designated amount from each country, and the total added up to 6,700, 6700, and the 456 were like, no, we need the 10% of all children on Earth. And so it's interesting that they tried. They were still going to give them children, like in 1965 when they gave them 12, but now this is, 6,700, and that's still just not enough. So, yeah. And then initially when they started talking and they said, 325,000 for even though, yes, obviously 325,000 is not enough to be 10% of all children on Earth. It's kind of like what my initial immediate thought was, but it's like, wait, that didn't make sense. That's way too low a number for 10% of all children of Earth. And then when it's like, oh, that's the number for 10% of the children from the United Kingdom, and every country the children are saying different numbers, and all of that equals out to 10% of all children. It's like, geez, man. So yeah, they not only did they not take the offer that the British government gave, but they also started, asserting their power, I guess. Asserting themselves a bit more and controlling the children again and, giving the number for each country. And now everyone's, wondering, what does this mean? Why do they say these numbers? And then they figure it out, all the newscasts start saying, it's like, well, that's the number of how many children, That's the number for how many children equals 10% of the children of that country. Like, they do start saying that, and it's like... And then they start realizing, okay, the UK is hiding something. Why is this being demanded? So, yeah. I wrote down the selection. That scene was a little... that was crazy, because just watching them all try to figure something out, and immediately when they start trying to think of selection, the Prime Minister deflects it to Frobisher. We went black for a second, whatever. So he immediately deflects that over to Frobisher because he doesn't want to be a part of any of this. That's the thing. He doesn't want to be on the record for having done this. But I do like how Frobisher deflects it back. It's like, well, that's, I can get all the resources to gather the children that you select, but that the selection is not my problem. It's like, it's not my department, basically. And so he deflects it back towards them, and just that conversation of, like, how do we do this? Do we do this randomly? Do we exempt the children of everyone here? Do we exempt nieces and nephews and stuff like that? Do we do it alphabetically, or do we do it, a different way? Do we go by which ones would be less productive? Those should be the ones we give away, or should we... I don't know. There's so many things. Like, how do you come up with that? And the answer they seem to have settled on is, yes, let's take all the children that basically have no potential. Like, let's take them, the ones in the F schools, the failing schools, the people that will most likely end up in prisons and not being productive members of society. Let's give them away. And let's keep all our ones that are going to become doctors and lawyers and politicians and stuff like that. So, yeah, and they all seem to settle on that, but even then, that's not how... You still can't do that. That's still wrong. That's still fucked up. This whole episode was really fucked up. Ugh. Yeah, so... So yeah, that... And then the cover story of, well, we're just going to say that these kids are getting an inoculation in order to stop being controlled, and then when they're gone, we just say, well, it was the aliens. The 456 double-crossed us. And it's like, man, that... Frobisher having to come up with that story is crazy. Like, not only did he have to come up with that story, but he has to come up with a lot of stuff for this. Because despite the fact that the selection is being handled by the government and not necessarily him, he is still a big part of this. He's making a lot of tough decisions, and you can definitely see anytime like it cut back to him, like this is killing him to do. It's just killing him. So yeah. I wrote down the Torchwood takeover. I do like that they basically came up with this plan of getting into Thames and just taking over this complete operation. Even, going through Lois and telling everyone, it's like, yes, the army of Torchwood, and they're all like, what the fuck, Torchwood? They're gone, aren't they? It's like, nope, Captain Jack Harkness is on his way. And it's like, oh shit. And so yeah, Torchwood coming in to do their jobs, even if that means war. But that's kind of what Torchwood is prepared to do. Well, it should be. That's the point of Torchwood. If this was Torchwood 1, the war would have started already. Like, there's no doubt about that. Fucking Harriet Jones would have told them to fire or something, even though Harriet Jones is dead at this point. Harriet Jones would have stood up to them, not this fucking dude. Ugh. So yeah, I did like the Torchwood takeover, even though they didn't really have a plan. It's just, well, we're gonna go to war with the 456. It's like, okay, how are you gonna do that? You might need to call Sarah Jane, or the rest. You're gonna need to go get the rest of UNIT. You're gonna need everyone on board with this. Maybe try calling the doctor. I know you don't have his hand anymore, but maybe go try to call the doctor or something. So yeah, And then, yeah, I wrote down the war that I guess well, no, we're not necessarily at war. I don't know. It's tricky because they are still going to give away the 10% of the population, or 10% of the children. But they did say it's like we either go to war with a species we cannot beat, or we go to war with our own people to get these children. It's a tough call. But either way, it is war. And either way, you know, it's like Gwen said at the end, it's like, what do we do now? You know, we tried everything, but it's like, what do we do? And it's like, I don't know. We're kind of at our wits' end. Like, how do we do this? How do we defeat the 456? So, yeah. And then I wrote down Decker. I believe it's Deckard, or whatever. Deckard. I don't know. But he did he save himself? I think he saved himself. I think he's okay. But, yeah. That was just an interesting observation that he was the only one to actually get a suit. And possibly save himself. And then the last thing I wrote down was Yanto. I did not expect to lose Yanto. Like, that's the thing. It's like... And I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility to lose someone this season, but I thought, considering we only have three major cast members that are a part of Torchwood, like, obviously, yeah, we still have Reese, but it's like, we only have 3 operatives at Torchwood now, Jack, Gwen, and Yanto, and now we're losing Yanto. It's like, what the heck? In next season, are we just going to have a completely new cast or something? I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah. That's all I wrote. I'm going to watch the finale and probably cry some more, and it's going to destroy me. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, so with that all being said, tune in tomorrow on Monday for the finale. I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films. I'll see you guys then. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Torchwood reactions, you can click on the playlist. You can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.